Welcome everybody to the Loose Lug Nut Scoops Ice Cream Shop Xfinity Series Trace Race and number 2, round 15. This is the pre-race show. Myself, Joshua Medlock, of course, alongside Ronald Klein here tonight. Ronald, a lot on the line here, but a small field as well.
Yes, sir. We are going into the cutoff for the round of 8. Started off with 12 drivers. We're going to cut it down to 8 after this race, so there is quite a bit on the line. Get right down to it, and we start talking about points. Man, there's nobody that's ever really safe, so to speak, but right now we are showing, I believe, 16 or 17 drivers. We'll probably get a few more by the end of the session, but guys that are up at the top, like Justin Michael, um, he's separated by 16, 18 points right now. So even if he were to finish dead last, he probably would make the cutoff. Rob Haynes just got to, just got to finish a couple places above dead last, basically, and so on and so forth. So the guys towards the top are kind of looking pretty safe. I think it's really going to come down to from in my eyes, 7th through the 12th place cars.
Yeah.
That's where the battle's going to be tonight.
Jeff D. Mark, Judd Danielson, Brandon Murray, Trent Duran, Mark Jackson, Jeremy Crandall. That will round out, of course, the 7th through 12th there, Ronald. And these guys, on the bubble. Some of them are, in, like Jeff Mark and Judd Danielson. If it was to start here tonight, of course they would be in. But unfortunately, they still have to continue that stretch into the night. A flat track, Milwaukee. I mean, it is not an easy track. I mean, the track itself is hard. Getting into pit road as well. These guys have got a tough night ahead of them.
Yeah, and that car, I've been in the car. The car does not handle, as you would like it to. If this was an open setup league, you would have these cars driving much better. The car pulls hard left when you go to hard braking if you have any wheel into it whatsoever. So watch for that. You're going to see guys probably getting sideways going into the corner. You may see some downshifting later in the run. You're going to see a lot of loose off. The car is very loose off, so it's really a driver's track tonight and a driver's car tonight. So that should make it very interesting. As you were talking, Jeff Mert he is just 1 point above the 8th place
Yep.
position of Judd Danielson. So he in no way, shape, or form is safe from being eliminated from this whole deal. He's got to do well. Judd Danielson is the final cutoff, so he's going to be looking to do well. Brandon Murray just 2 points back, so if he can manage to either be 2 positions in front of Danielson, then it goes to a tiebreaker, which is basically if you've got um, a win versus your best finish,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. And Danielson actually does not have a win, nor does Murray. So then it would go to the best finish. And then you've got, we're not showing Trent Drum on the track, and we're not showing Jeremy Crandall on the track right now. So Mark Jackson, he's in a really difficult spot. He's back there, 1,053 points. The cutoff man in 8th position has 1,064. So that's an 11-point swing. So let's go ahead and talk with Mark Jackson. We'll bring him up in the booth, and we'll ask him if he thinks that he can overcome that 11 position disparity. I mean, that with the amount of cars that's out here, Mark Jackson, if you got us, we are talking about you. You are currently sitting in 11th position in points. You got 1,053 points. The man that you would have to beat points wise in 8th has 1,064. Said that was an 11-point disparity. To make it safe, you would need 12 positions, and that's assuming that Brandon Murray, who is the next person behind, doesn't leapfrog him as well. You got a copy on us?
Yes, I do, Ronald. And yeah, man, you're exactly right. We're in a tough spot for sure, and we're going to have to fight and dig and finish as best we can tonight. And Probably hope for some bad luck from someone else, but
Now there is one other glitch to the plan here. Daniel Smallwood, who should be here, is not here. So if he does not show up, with the points being the way that they are, the amount of points that you get just for starting a race, even if you finished dead last, you would bypass him in points. So that is probably a little bit of some good news for you. But my question to you is, how are you going to approach this race? Are you going to go out there and just try to kind of work your way up, or are you going to be aggressive and try to go out there and push it and possibly even win the race?
well, we're going to try to race hard, but not push the limits of the car over, and just stay out of trouble. When we raced here Thursday night, it seems like some guys were doing that, maybe rubbing and bumping and this, that, and the other. But I'm going to try to keep the car clean and stay out of trouble. Maybe during the first part of the race and see where we wind up. It's going to be tough.
So for you, like I said, I think we have 16 cars. I'm not sure. Let me count real quick. One. So we've got 16 cars. That means that Brandon Murray for even if one guy does drop out, that just slides Brandon Murray, and that means that you've got to finish 13 or 12, excuse me, 12 positions in front of him. That pretty much makes it to where he's got to have a really bad night, and you pretty much got to win the race. You think that's possible? You think you can get that done?
Oh, I think we can do it. We got a fast car. Um, Murray's a great driver, but it's just going to come down to.
I think you cut out on us there, Mark.
You got me now?
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. That's for sure. We're gonna race as hard as we can to get ourselves in here. We don't want to point our way in, but we're going to damn sure try.
Alrighty, well, that's Mark Jackson, folks, driving the number 3 uh, Goodwrench car this evening. He's going to be out there giving it his all, trying to make his way into the final 8. Good luck, and so hopefully we'll find a good bit of drama right at the end of the race where it's really tight. And I hate if you're on the wrong side of it. I'm sorry, but if you're on the right side of it, good for you. I'd love to see a really tight battle going into the final 8.
Thank you, Ronald. Just want to thank you guys and thank my sponsor, John Hedrick. We're going to try to bring this thing home up there in the front.
Copy that. All right. Once again, that was Mark Jackson with Over the Top Motorsports driving the number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet. So, what do you think? Uh, I mean, I don't want to be cynical, but what do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, it's going to
You
be,
think it's going to be possible for him?
I mean, anything is possible, Ronald. I mean, Mark's, right now sitting 7th in practice, but, when we go to racing, that all changes. Where is Mark going to be comfortable at? And, of course, he knows he has got to finish ahead. It is going to be so, so tough for Mark Jackson to, get in and even Brandon Murray outside of that top 8. These two drivers really going to have to do something. Maybe they can communicate with each other and figure out what they can do together to get them both in there. You know,
Right. Right.
I
And
mean,
that's a very good point.
it's going to be a tough race with only 16 drivers out here, and that's why we encourage everybody show up in the chase.
Absolutely. Whether you're in the chase or not, we like that because the more cars makes it not only more difficult for the drivers that are in the chase, but it also makes it easier for the drivers that are in the chase because if they have one bad race, they can come back the next week, and if they got 30 cars again and one of their opponents has a bad night, they have an opportunity to gain a bunch of points. So, with that being said, let's talk with Brandon Murray real quick. I'm going to drag Brandon up here into the channel talk to him. He is currently sitting in the 9th place in points, just 2 points behind the 8th place challenger or driver of Judd Danielson. We got Brandon Murray up here in the booth. We'll see if he's got a copy on us.
Yeah, I got you, Ron. How's it going, man?
Doing very well. Thanks for asking. So we're looking at the points, and boy, it's tight, Brandon. We get you in the number 2 Red Bull Toyota this evening. Is that correct?
Yep, that's me.
All right. So, talking real quick here, you are in the best position, obviously, to move up in and steal a spot away in that chase, just being 2 points behind Judd Danielson. Do you feel comfortable with the car tonight? I know for me it felt that kind of felt similar to the truck, with maybe just a fact that the car's got a little more power. Does tend to get a little bit more loose off. Is that kind of the same feeling you're getting?
Yeah, a little bit. It really felt like at the beginning of the run, going into the corner, it's almost a four-wheel drift. Coming off the corner, I'm not struggling too bad. Mine is really on entry and middle of the corner, just trying to get the thing to turn to get the run off.
Copy that. Well, if we were to take the practice times and just do the finish that way right there, you and Mark Jackson and Judd Danielson, you guys are the guys really kind of fighting. Merck's in the battle too. He's not very far ahead. I mean, he's only 3 points ahead of you. So really, this is a kind of a 4-car battle. Mark Jackson being the one that's really kind of hurting the most. We talked to him just a minute ago. He's about 11 points back from you. Sorry, 9 points back from you. My math is screwed up. So he's 9 points back. 9 points, not a big field. It's going to be pretty difficult. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but I'll let you know. I'm not seeing Daniel Smallwood in the server, and I don't know if he's going to make it now. If he does make it, that's automatically going to move you up just because of the points that he's going to lose. Just for starting the race. If you finish 10th, you're still going to get like 50 points, and he's only 16 points ahead of you. So this really could come down to you just making. Looks like we lost him there. Brandon Murray lost, but we'll continue the conversation real quick. Josh, how do you feel about Brandon? Let's say that Daniel Smallwood does show up before the end of this and does go out there and run. How do you feel with Brandon Murray, Jeff Mark, and Judd Danielson fighting it out?
For Brandon is sitting right now, like you said, on Judd, where that cutoff is. Now, if Daniel does show up, then we will have all of top 8 in here. And, at that point, Brandon Murray is going to hope that one of those drivers has a bad night and just can't finish the race. That would help him going forward, as long as he continued to gain positions, get the points, and finish high enough. Even Brandon Murray's got a and I hate to say this about Mark because he's such a good racer. Brandon Murray, though does have a better shot at getting in than Mark Jackson does. But however, it can still be done for both.
And I do agree with that. And Jeff Merck did have a pretty bad night on Thursday night, but he was good enough in the points. Tonight, he doesn't have that luxury. Judd Danielson, I think he had kind of an average finish. I don't think that that's going to get it done. I think Judd is going to have to run towards the top 5 in order to retain. If Smallwood shows up, in order to stay in the chase, I think he's going to have to run towards the top 5.
Looks like we have. I see Jared Daniels in here. I got to looking, and then I thought I seen Smallwood, but wrong one. But he's gonna have to run. The concern is, and I've been watching practice here, Ronald, and I'm sure you have too. The starts and restarts are gonna be tough. These guys are gonna be on those cold tires. It's gonna be tough to see what these guys do, making going into turn 1, coming out of turn 2. Just trying to get it figured out and get heat build up in those tires. I mean, this track is flat, and it's going to take probably 6 to 8 laps on this track to get enough heat built up to where you're not slipping and sliding everywhere. But the track tip going to play also a big factor as well.
I totally agree with you, and unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get Brandon.
He is down
Murray
there
back.
in the
Oh, he is down
waiting
there.
room.
All right,
Yep.
let's grab him real quick. All right, Brandon Murray reconnecting to the server. You got a copy on us?
Yeah, I got you. I don't know what happened there. My bad, man.
Oh, it's okay. So basically, we just kind of were talking through some scenarios and whatnot. Um, we'll, we'll just kind of make it short and sweet here. We just got a few minutes left here in practice. What are you looking to do here? Are you looking to just outpoint the guys and the guy or guys in front of you, or are you looking to try to make a statement here? What's Brandon's plan for the night?
Brandon would always like to make a statement, but this really isn't a statement track for me. I'm not fast here, just plain and simple. So I really got to play the points game. I got to try to outpoint these guys and finish, enough spots ahead of them to get myself into the next round of this playoffs.
Copy that. And maybe I didn't see him connected or what. I was incorrect. Trent Drum is also here. Trent Drum just 1 point back from you now, so this is going to make for a very interesting race. We want to wish you the best of luck out there tonight. Hopefully that you got your connection burp out of the way and there won't be any issues for you tonight. Best of luck out there on the track. Go get them, and one way or the other, whether it's really close and you get in, or whether it's really close and you're just just outside that cut line by a point, or if it's a tie and it comes down to a tiebreaker. Love to see that. Bring on the drama, and best of luck to you.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna make it fun for sure.
All right, I'll give you a chance. Shout out if you want to give any shout outs to anybody real quick.
Everybody here at Loose Lug Nuts for what you guys do, putting this thing on week in, week out. John Hedrick over the top paints and designs, and Misfit Motorsports, my teammates, Brandon Thornhill, Zach McSwain. Really appreciate what everybody does for us.
All right, and I missed Zach winning last week, I do believe. Wish that I had been around to give him a congratulations on that. Hopefully I'll get a chance to speak with him tonight.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful one. We were really excited for him.
Copy that. All right, we're going to let you go, Brandon, and then we're going to wrap it up here. Once again, folks, that is Brandon Murray in the number 2. He'll be driving the Red Bull Toyota Camry tonight, so you can check him out there on the broadcast. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, man, thank you.
All right, Josh, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for what we are going over and what we're talking about. Predictions for the race. You got a race favorite?
And I don't know, man. They're so tough out here. I would love to see somebody from the outside make it in. For sure, if I had to pick out of the 3, it looks like Jeremy Crandall is not here. If I'm looking, Brandon Murray, Trent, Mark Jackson. I'd love to see all 3 of these guys make it, but only one gonna make it in is 2. We don't know. I would have to pick Mark Jackson here tonight. He's really got a fight here tonight, and that's who I would actually like to see, and that's actually who I'm going to pick here tonight.
Copy that. And how about a race winner? You got a race winner pick?
Race winner to bring it home into victory lane? Man, that is a tough one. we got some great drivers out here, and I don't know. Probably, looking in practice here, I'd probably have to pick the 86 Jason Lance. I see currently he's running in 3rd in practice. Randy Arms 1st, Mitchell 2nd. So, I'll go with that icy machine again here this week. Hopefully he has a better night tonight than he did last week.
All right. Well, Jason Lance 3rd in points. If he did manage to win, or even just finish at 3rd, he'd be well on his way into that. Not only final 8, but setting himself up for the final 4, because the points do carry over. They don't reset. We just take the top 8, add 1,000 more points to each one of them, so that separates them from the rest. And then it's down to the next 2 races, points, and then we go to our final race of the season with 4 drivers. So should be an interesting race. Should be an interesting next few weeks. I want to thank you for your hospitality tonight. I'm going to let you go get back down in there, get a couple more laps in the car, and see how this thing plays out.
Ronald, well, good luck to yourself out there. You gave up your spot in the chase, but hey, still out here racing. So good luck out there here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Appreciate that very much, sir. Have a great evening.
You too. All righty, folks. Well, that is the pre-race show here. So we're going to get down here to the pre-race analytics here real quick. We've got an air temp of 71, a track temp of 112 here tonight. Well, that is stifling out there. You could probably cook an egg on that track here. I believe it is concrete. I don't think it's asphalt. It may be. I do not know, but you could definitely cook some eggs and bacon out there on that track here tonight. 120 laps here. That'll be 120 miles. We've got a tire window of about 25 to 30. I was talking to a few of the drivers, and, depending on how well they can take care of their tires will depend on how, used up they are going to be. So anywhere between 25 to 30 laps you'll really start to feel those tires give way. Fuel window at about 37 to 42 laps, roughly somewhere around in there. It's going to be tricky, though, getting in a pit road here because it is a sharp left turn down into pit road. And pit road speed is only 45 miles per hour here at the Milwaukee Mile. So this is only my second or third race I've ever called at this track. So I'm not very familiar with it as some of the other ones, but I think this should turn out to be a great race here tonight. As we go ahead and take a look at the point standings again for everybody just tuning in, Marcus Regal, Michelle Ramsey, NASCAR Fan 22, and Racing Fan 99, RF99 out there. Glad to have you. Well, we take a look at those point standings here. Justin Michael up there in that top spot, followed by Rob Haynes, Jason Lance, Brandon Thornhill. Jason and Brandon are actually tied coming into tonight. Daniel Smallwood in 5th, Kyle Chadwick in 6th, Jeff D. Merck in 7th, and Judd Danielson is in that top 8 right now at that cutoff. Brandon Murray, Trent Drum, Mark Jackson, Jeremy Crandall, respectively, in that order. Outside looking in, they do not want to be part of the 4 that are or that will be eliminated after tonight. Now remember, 4 drivers, the bottom 4 will be eliminated after tonight's race. So this is the way it stacks up here tonight, folks. We are going to step away here, play the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. Qualifying will be underway when we come back.
Oh, say, can just to say, stand of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, just that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the brave. In the
Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Oh, had snow. Someone almost ran over the mailbox. Ooh, that's not good. Qualifying is underway here. It looks like currently right now, Randy Arms is going to be your current pole sitter. Mitchell Reeves in second. Jason Lance in third. Rob Haynes in fourth. And Judd Danielson in that fifth spot. We do have right now 15 drivers that have qualified here. Trent Drum and Jared Daniels have yet to put in a time. I guess we will just have to wait and see if they decide to qualify or maybe just start in the back. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not used to this track. It's only, I've only called races on it like 3 times, and I've only raced on it once on iRacing. So it is not one of those tracks you see often here. So, I mean, not a whole lot of people that I know of race on it. Then again, it could be more popular than I think, but I'm not used to seeing it. I do not know much about this track, so if y'all got any stats for the Milwaukee Mile, like the banking or any of that, appreciate it if you threw it in chat out there. It looks like we've got Evan Russell joining in here tonight. Glad to have you out there as well. Like I said, not a big field. 17 drivers out here tonight. Art Jackson, Trent Drum really going to have their work cut out for them. And right now, Mark Jackson back here in 13th currently in qualifying. All right, well, coming down to about 30 seconds here is open qualifying for, you can see just how difficult it is. So, thank you, Brandon. I would appreciate it. All right, as they get wound down here, Mitchell Reeves going to take that top spot, pushing Randy Arms back into third. So we'll wait here for iRacing to do out down here, and then we will get them on the grid. But Mitchell Reeves is going to be our pole sitter here tonight for round 15, chase race and number 2 elimination race here on MaxSpeedTV. Of course, I am, of course, Joshua Medlock, if you're just tuning in. All right, they are going to get down here on the grid. All right, the MaxSpeedTV starting grid here tonight. Mitchell Reeves grabbing the pole with a 36.46. Congratulations to Mitchell for getting the pole. Randy Arms going to be on the outside of him in that second spot. Jason Lance third. Rob Haynes in fourth. Kyle Chadwick fifth. Judd Danielson sixth. Jeffrey Merck seventh. Justin Michael eighth. Zach Dirk McSwain ninth. and Mark Jackson going to be in 10th. Brandon Thornhill in 11th. Ronald Klein 12th. Brandon Murray in 13th. Josh R. Scott 14th. Ray Richer 15th. Trent Drum not qualifying. He will be starting 16th. And Jared Daniels also not qualifying. He will be starting in that 17th spot here this evening. So, like we have several drivers that have gridded. Looks like 2 have yet to grid. Okay, 1 now. Randy Arms left to grid. NASCAR fan 22. You did 3 years ago? Probably know you then. All right. Well, everybody has gridded. We are going to be rolling off here momentarily. Pace car does start to roll off. Mitchell Reeves going to lead the field. 120 laps here tonight, 120 miles. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It looks like we have hit 8 at peak here tonight. I know definitely we can do better than that. Wonder if they'll get only 1 lap or 2. Might be only 1 here. I know at Dover they only get 1, so it may be only 1 lap here. We will see what that pace car does as it makes its way out of 3 into 4 and then out of 4 here. If he shoots off to the left, then we'll know it's only going to be 1 lap. Waiting for the pace car here. Looks like, yep, 1 lap. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. Buggity, buggity, buggity. We're racing here at the Milwaukee Mile. All right, these drivers going to have to be very, very careful. Oh! Like I believe that is the 60 of Jeffrey Mark moving up a spot. Man, this track is so flat here. As we're going to go 3 wide here on the front stretch. 3 wide across the line. 3 wide into turn 1. Boy, that did not last long. The 85 of Judd Danielson going to go around the outside. Good Lord. And we are going to potentially have another 3 wide. No, we are not, making our way down into turn 3. The 2, Brandon Murray to the inside of the 85. Mitchell Reeves, though, going to lead the first and second lap here. Judd Danielson still under fire to the inside. He now has, I believe that is the 76 of Klein, as Justin Michael gets around. Justin Michael up in that top spot in points. Looking pretty safe mathematically. I think Justin really just has to just survive here tonight and just finish. He'll be okay. Rob Haynes, it looks okay. Jason Lance and Brandon Thornhill, I would say probably mathematically okay. Guys just need to finish. Now single file. We don't have anybody really pushing any of the issues here. 4 laps into this race. Trent Duran back here in 16th. Trent 10th in points. 1 point behind Brandon and 3 points behind Judd. Mitchell Reeves still controls this front field here with Randy Arms all over the back bumper of that 02 machine. Coming to lap 6 this time by yes, Evan, these are real people driving these cars. This is not AI. This is real people. So, I mean, this is as about as real as you can get without stepping foot in a real car. I'll just put it to you that way. Everybody now spread out here. And the speed drop. Whoa! Ooh, the 68 of Brandon Thornhill getting those alligators. That is not what you want to do. When I say alligators, I mean that yellow strip down there at the bottom. You don't want to hit those. They will upset that car quickly. We can just see how close these drivers get to that line here as we go to that left front suspension here of Rob Haynes on the backstretch here at Milwaukee Mile as he makes his way down into turn number 3. Just how close does he get? I mean, he is riding that yellow line there, that alligator as I like to call it, and then lets that car push up, and then now he goes right back down into turn number 1 here. Just gets really close, hugging those alligators. Don't want to hug them too much. They can bite, and they will. The 88 of Kyle Chadwick, he's back into 6th. Comes into tonight 6th in the point standings. Mark Jackson gonna go into 9th. Getting around Brandon Murray, it looks like he has Brandon Thornhill directly up in front of him. They come screaming down into 3. And just be careful. Like everybody coming out of the corner, out of the turn 4 here. Looks like, okay. Looks like we might have had a potential battle here up front. And boy, Randy Arms did make the pass. That is going to put Randy up front as our new leader. Randy Arms in the 83 getting around Brandon Murray. Now Randy is going to come to the line, lead his first lap of the race. They go side by side behind him. Rob Haynes going to get around Justin Lance there in the 86. Looks like Justin just kind of backed off and let him have it. It is early, and these guys know this is a long race. And they're putting in at about now 31-second laps. You can just see the fall off here in 12 laps. The quickest time so far was Randy Arms with a 36.19. His last lap was a 31.306. As he crosses the line there, it's going to be a 31.281. So tires really already starting to fall off. All right, well, Randy Arms, his third lap, still single file for the most part. A little bit of company here with Jeffrey Mert. Zach Dirt McSwain right behind him. CFO Zach is dirt tracking it around here. He is a dirt track driver. He loves that dirt. Let's see if maybe he may be dirt tracking it in that 091. It doesn't look like he's doing it out of 4. Mark Jackson. Oh, Mark getting loose. Oh, the 76 of Klein right there. Mark on that middle line. Ronald is going to get around him. Ronald going to go into 11th. Lap 16, 17. Sure, it'll update here momentarily. Oh, nope, it already updated. Okay, lap 16. Oh, Rob Haynes in third, started fourth. He's up a spot. Jason Lance back into fourth, starting third. Kyle Chadwick still running right where he started in fifth. Zach coming from 9th to 6th, 17 laps. They do not run stages here. It is straight racing. These guys just really going to be banking on just about anything they can get. Josh R. Scott back here running all by his lonesome, running his own race. Glad to see him out here. He's not in the top 12 or in the chase, but hey, he is still out here running. Glad to see him out there. Randy Arms now starting to pull away a little bit, about a second, a little over a second from Mitchell Reeves. Who do we ride along with here? How about we pick Jeffrey Merck here as they come across the stripe, come to lap number 19. We'll give you guys a lap here, cockpit, with Jeffrey Merck. Let you guys visualize what they're seeing. Oh, Zach McSwain lacking up the brakes there, it looks like. All right, a little bit of a lap there with Jeffrey Mert. I don't have a crank it up cam here for the Milwaukee Mile. Eminem's Racing Late Night out there in chat again here tonight. Glad to have you, buddy. $37,000 spectators roughly. Okay. Good stat facts here for the Milwaukee Mile. Like I said, I don't know much about it. I can tell you one thing though, these drivers they've got their hands full. I mean, it is just look how flat it is. Now there's probably some banking, but man, it looks very flat as we see the 68 there. Brandon Thornhill to the inside of Jeffrey Merck. Here comes the two of Brandon Murray also to the inside on to the backstretch. I thought we were going to see another 3 wide there. Yeah, we have already seen 3 wide here already at Milwaukee Mile for everybody that missed it. Thanks, M&M's. Oh, no! Jeffrey Mark into the outside of wall. He's going to have right front damage there. You know, we talk about the damage. That might actually help him steer this thing. As he comes out of 2, it looks like he's okay. He is going to have that right front here. Let's take a look at that right front. Oh, yeah, we can see it here. Going to have right front damage. Not sure exactly if it's hurting him or helping him. You see the 76 of Klein come up. Oh, Randy Arms has just busted this thing wide open. 1.2 seconds now ahead of Mitchell Reeves. Still watching the battle right here, though. Ronald, Jeffrey, and Justin. Now, Justin going to get around Jeffrey to the inside. Ronald was looking to the outside. Not going to be able to do it that time. I would say not going to be able to make a pass on the outside line, but we've already seen one driver do it. Oh, there goes the 76 of Ronald Klein. He is going to go to the outside and make the pass there on Jeffrey Merck that time. Well, Kyle Chadwick now up a spot into fourth. Daniel Smallwood did not make it here tonight. Well, that is definitely going to help out Kyle Chadwick, Jeff D. Mert, Judd Danielson, Brandon Murray, Trent Jerome, Mark Jackson. Definitely going to help these drivers out. Everybody's still pretty much spread out. I mean, I do not know if they're even going to be able to get around. You know, the tire's going to hold up for the fuel pit stops here coming up, in about 10 or so laps when the window will open. Andy Arms, though, not looked back since he took that top spot, has now led 17 laps. That sounds good, Brandon. Appreciate it. I didn't know it held a football game, to be honest with you. That's nice info there. All right, everybody pretty much now spread out at about 2/10, all the way from about 0.2 of a second to at about 3 seconds. Well, Josh R. Scott is a lap down. He did go a lap down. See here, Brandon Thornhill still has company, though. Still has the two of Brandon Murray with him. And Justin Michael right there into the 87. Potentially might see a pass here coming into 3 as the 2 dives it low. Brandon Murray looking to get around the 68, and he will do it. Oh! Well, that was really close there between Justin Michael and Brandon Thornhill. I don't know if they made contact. It looks like that rear end of that Toyota 68 is okay, but it doesn't look like they made any contact. All right, Justin Michael now looking to the inside of Thornhill, and he will make the pass on him. Justin gonna go into 8th. All right, Jeffrey Merck down pit road. Now the question is, who else is going to be coming down here? Out 37 to 42 laps will be that fuel window. So Jeffrey Merck coming down pit road here, and he is off. So he has made a pit stop here tonight. Definitely cannot make it till the end. Now we're going to see here who maybe will come down next. It looks like Kyle Chadwick going to get around Rob Haynes. Rob going to go back to fourth. Well, Mitchell Reeves has closed the gap there a little bit between him and our leader, Randy Arms, at about 1.1 seconds. Yeah, there's a little bit of beating and banging out here, but it's not bad. These guys are keeping it very clean out there, giving everybody plenty of room, and you know, they're having a lot of respect out there here tonight. I can see that. We do have some battles and some passing going on. Yes, we do. But as far as them, you know, just taking it 4 and 5 and 6 wide. You know, they're not doing that. As we see the 87 look to the inside of the 2 of Brandon Murray. Justin Michael trying to get around him. Brandon has got that thing hooked up to the outside, but not going to be able to keep it as Justin Michael gets around the 2 of Brandon Murray. Now we are within that fuel window here. So we should start seeing some of these drivers potentially come down pit road. All right, little battle here. Mark Jackson. Looks like Trent Drum. Ray Richer. Looks like Trent Drum went a lap down there. Right here, Ray Richer, Mark Jackson, and I don't know who that is up there with them. The 50 of Jared Daniels. As we see the 44 of Richer there to the inside. Now we're in up to about a couple of laps. Now we drivers could also be trying to save as we see the number 3 of Mark Jackson now come down pit road. Jason Lance down pit road. Like these leaders, though, are staying out. Mitchell Reeves, Randy Arms. Randy up there about 7/10 of a second now ahead of Mitchell Reeves. Kyle Chadwick in 3rd, Rob 4th, Zach McSwain in 5th. Last driver on the lead lap is that number 44 of Ray Richer. First driver 1 lap down is Trent Drum. He is looking for a caution to get back on the lead lap. He just doesn't want to be a part of it. Ray Richer, you know, he is on the verge of going a lap down. But we still have to get pit stops here as we see Brandon Murray and Brandon Thornhill come down pit road. green flag pit stops are happening. Are they going to try to chance it to 50? Ooh. Well, they are really pushing the button for sure. Well, Randy Mitchell staying out, as well as Kyle Chadwick, Rob Haynes, Zach McSwain. But Justin Michael does. Well, Justin gonna stay out. Ronald Klein, he's gonna stay out. All right, looks like we ain't gonna have anybody else come down pit road this time by. Maybe next time by. And that 23 of Josh R. Scott, it's really close to that outside wall. Here we had a battle. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. In fact, the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves and Kyle Chadwick, or Mitchell Reeves in the 0-2. The 83 of Randy Arms. They are right here together now. Mitchell Reeves putting that pressure on that 83. Mitchell Reeves, the Randy Arms are teammates here for Over the Top Motorsports, as well as Mark Jackson, Jeff Mert, and Ronald Klein. Jeffrey Mert, Mark Jackson, and I know Mr. Klein's out here. Where did he go? There he is, Mr. Klein. All right, well, they have made it almost 50 laps here, so calculations on the fuel, they were a little bit off there. Well, now Jared Daniels, as Ray Richard goes a lap down, Jared Daniels going to be the next driver looking to go a lap down. Now, he's probably not wanting to go a lap down. Right now, he's sitting in 8th. We've only got 8 drivers on the lead lap. Randy Arms is coming. Lap 51 here. But in about 10 laps, we will be at that halfway mark here tonight, folks, for the Loose Lug Nut Scoops Ice Cream Shop Xfinity Series. Around 15, chase a race number 2 here. One of the elimination races. I have seen a race go green flag in my broadcasting career. I have seen a race go 100+ laps with no cautions. And I have also seen in my broadcasting career where we know cautions can breed cautions. But these guys, they are doing a fantastic job out here. Jared Daniels trying to stay on that lead lap. Judd Danielson right up ahead of him. Ronald Klein, we'll have to check and see where Randy's at. Now back at a second ahead of Mitchell Reeves. All right, Judd Danielson is on pit road. Curious to see when these leaders come down. It looks like we are going to have another driver come down pit road here. Mitchell Reeves is down pit road, as well as Ray Richard down pit road. Randy Arms staying out yet another lap here. 55 laps, 56 laps. He has been out here wheeling and dealing. All right, Ronald Klein coming down pit road. Andy staying out yet again. Wow. Well, Zach going to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. He could be trying to make this a one-stop shop here. 58 laps. The top four have not pitted all the way back to Justin Michael, Al Chadwick, Rob Haynes, and Randy Arms. They have not pitted. And it looks like Cal Chadwick has had enough. The preferred line, really tough to say. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about the Milwaukee Mile. I've only caught a couple of races here, and I've raced at it once. So, you know, it's that. I would say it's that bottom line for sure. But, then again, I could be wrong. It's so flat here. All right, Randy Arms down pit road. Rob Haynes up front now, followed by Justin Michael. Question is, when are these drivers? It looks like now Rob Haynes is going to come down pit road here. It'll be a one-stop shop here for sure, as we see Justin Michaels now come down pit road. So everybody has made their pit stops here, as well as, well, except for Trent Drum and Josh R. Scott. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. John H. out there in chat. How you doing out there, John? Yeah, not a big field here. It is the chase. And, it is encouraged for everybody to show up. But they don't always do, unfortunately, when it becomes chase time, I'm sure John and Ronald and the rest of the guys out here would love to have a huge field here, to make it, a packed field here and potential for, for some of these other drivers to have a better shot at getting in. But, when it comes to chase time, people just don't want to be in the way, as they like to call it. And I'm a blunt broadcaster, and I'll call it like I see it. So when it comes chase time, a lot of people just don't show up. So, but anyhow, it is what it is. You make the best of it, and you roll along with it. Oh, Mitchell Reeves out front. Zach Dirk McSwain second. Jason Lance in third. Randy Arms in fourth. And Kyle Chadwick going to be in the top five. Brandon Murray in sixth. Brandon Thornhill seventh. Rob Haynes eighth. Jeffrey Merck ninth. And Ronald Klein is going to be 10th. That is the top 10 here. Mark Jackson in 11th. Justin Michael 12th. We do have a battle here. It looks like the 199 of Rob Haynes is going to get around the 68 of Brandon Thornhill. So Rob is going to move up into 7th. Justin Michael, last driver on the lead lap, 12th. Judd Danielson, 1 lap down, currently 13th. Judd on the bubble here, currently running in 8th in the points. 1 point behind Jeffrey D. Merck. And right now, Jeffrey D. Merck currently setting in 9th. It ain't over, but these guys still have, they're still fighting for every position they can. Judd being 1 lap down, not helping him right now, but it ain't over. As well as Trent Drum. He is a couple of laps down. He is looking for 2 quick cautions to get back on that lead lap. Well, all right. Well, let's do a little ride along here, shall we? How about we go with Brandon Thornhill. A little bit of a cockpit here with Brandon Thornhill. Yeah, it happens every season, John. Unfortunately, I see it all the time. Smaller fields, it gets everybody spread out, and they are definitely spread out here. Mitchell Reeves has a 6.3 second lead over Zach McSwain. Zach in second, the 50 of Jared Daniels right behind that 091. That is not for position. Jared Daniels is 1 lap down. So, but he's still running his line. He's still up here with that second place. Mitchell Reeves, though, just pretty much in control here. Well, let's go ahead and go cockpit. I don't have a crank it up here for Milwaukee, as hardly ever used. So we're going to go cockpit, crank it up here with our leader, Mitchell Reeves. Alrighty, folks, back live here. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the cockpit crank it up there with Mitchell Reeves. He's still ahead 7 seconds, but Randy Arms, though, figured out a way to get back up into third. And about 5 laps, 5-lap older tires separate. Well, now first and a second place, as Randy will get around Zach McSwain. Well, I do appreciate it, Brendan. I really do, buddy. All right, lap 77. 78 now of 120. 13 at peak here tonight. I know we can definitely do better than that, but great racing out here. Lot of respect being shown. In drivers on the lead lap. The Mitchell Reeves right behind the 87 of Justin Michael. Well, Justin trying to stay on the lead lap here. Currently running in 10th. Laps at roughly at about 55 to 60, I'd say 62 here, as it looks like well, I seen somebody, I thought somebody dove off there, but it looked like I was wrong. Oh, Mitchell Reeves falling back a little bit. Randy Arms has cut into the lead of Mitchell Reeves, though. Is now back behind him at about 6.1 seconds. Back about 1.8 behind second. Kyle Chadwick 1.1 behind third and fourth. And Rob Haynes at about almost 4 seconds behind Kyle Chadwick in that fourth spot here tonight. Well, I used to be a fan of NASCAR. I'll be honest with you. All right, well, it looks like Judd Danielson and Justin Michael still fighting there to stay on the lead lap. Brandon Murray. Get back here to some of the guys that are a few laps down. Ray Richard, Jeffrey Mert, Trent Drum. Now everybody is still out here on the track. All 17 drivers. Josh R. Scott, 17th place, 3 laps down. But hey, I give him kudos. Still out there tearing up these laps. Trent Drum, same thing for that number 12. Ray Richard not having the race he wanted here tonight in that 44. But still out here, tearing up the laps. Jeffrey Mert, 1 lap down. One of those guys that were pretty much on the bubble here. Currently in 7th place in the points, but, you know, finishing back here in 14th might not be a good thing, as he is 1 lap down. Brandon Murray on the bubble is currently running up here in 7th on the lead lap. Mark Jackson also 1 lap down. Not what Mark wanted either. No, I don't. The only races I watch in NASCAR is, of course, well, the Daytona 500 coming up here next Sunday night. I believe it's on the 16th of February. Of course, I'll be definitely watching the Daytona 500, as that is one of my favorite tracks. And, of course, it's the Daytona 500. I'll watch a Talladega in Michigan and Auto Club if I can. That is about it. That's about all I watch. With the rule changes and everything, I don't like it. Well, Randy Arms has cut back into the lead even more now of Mitchell Reeves, 4.3 seconds behind our current leader, Mitchell Reeves. Randy Arms has led. Oh, looks like the 88 of Kyle Chadwick. Oh, what happened to Kyle? Oh, I see. Came down pit road. All right. See what Kyle Chadwick can do here. Just trying to let you guys enjoy the sounds of the cars here. Oh, we got some action here brewing between the 76 of Ronald Klein, the 68 of Brandon Thornhill, and Justin Michael. Justin, Ronald, Brandon, all within the leader here. You know, they're looking to go a lap down, and they do not want to. Lap 91 of 120 here tonight. No, I am not a fan of road courses. I hate road courses. All right, Brandon Murray off of pit road. I gave the lead up to, let's see, well, Brandon Murray still back here running in 12th. Okay, so it was, looks like, as we take a look at it here, at about a 13.8 second stop there for Brandon Murray. Well, Justin Michael and Ronald Klein, though, still fighting to stay on the lead lap here, as well as Kyle Chadwick now. He's back on the lead lap, it looks like. Got it back, it looks like the old-fashioned way. Mitchell Reeves still ahead. 2.93 seconds there of Randy Arms. Let's go cockpit with Randy here. Just see what Randy is doing to cut into this lead dramatically of Mitchell Reeves. All right, well, Mitchell down pit road. That will give the lead up to, yes, you know it, that number 83 of Randy Arms. Oh, now Randy Arms back to the lead after Mitchell leading 44 laps, as we will be coming to that 20 to go here in about 3 laps here tonight. John H., buddy, do appreciate it. Small field, really a whole lot to talk about, but that's what you guys out there are for. You know, the fans out there, you know, and everybody is pretty much spread out. We don't, you know, really have any battles going on. That's where I get associated with the fans out there that keep this interesting. So, appreciate it to all the fans out there tuning in every night here on MaxSpeedTV. Me and Rudy do appreciate all of you out there. I do know one we are missing here in chat here tonight. It looks like Jake has not came in here tonight, so it looks like we are missing Jake. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name, so but he is one of our moderators here, as well as Brendan Kennedy joining the MaxSpeedTV team here with me. Tunes in pretty much when he can, so RF99 tunes in when he can. Marcus Regal out there, one of the moderators as well. Craig Franklin tunes in when Craig can. Timothy Smith, I know him from another league. So Timothy, glad to have you out there. M&M's Racing, I know you from another league as well, so glad to have you out there. Evan Russell, just a big shout out to all the fans out there that are tuning in here, as well as John H., the owner of Loose Lug Nuts. That would be John Hendricks. So, John, glad to have you out there, buddy. You know, miss you out there, seeing you out there on the track. But I know personal life, you know, comes first before racing. So, you know, be glad to see you back out there on the track when you can, man. All right, 20 to go here tonight, folks. 20 laps remain. As it goes to 19 to go. We thank everybody tuning in out there. Of course, all the sponsors out here for Loose Lug Nuts. I don't know them all. Over the Top, Scoops. Big shout out to you guys as well. And I know there's some more, but I don't have all that, unfortunately, in front of me. So, but a big shout out to all the sponsors for Loose Lug Nuts. 17 to go here. Randy Arms. And, man, Randy just got that commanding lead, though. 7.1 seconds ahead of the 199 of Rob Haynes. Now, the last time Randy Arms pitted, though, is about a 44-lap stint. Now, we know they can go at about 60-plus laps on fuel. So, I mean, you look at it here, you know, I mean, Randy Arms could potentially make it. It is going to definitely be close for that number 83. How much fuel is he saving to make sure he stays ahead and in the lead as we come to 15 to go here tonight? Abruzzi. Yeah, that's it. Abruzzi Racewear USA. Yeah. How could I forget that one? Well, it looks like Jared Daniels has taken his car into pit road, and he is still on pit road. There is not taking it completely behind the wall, but he is on pit road as we speak. The top 6 drivers on the lead lap. Justin Michael, yet again, the last driver on that lead lap here tonight, and he is looking to stay on the lead lap to finish out round 2 here. Randy Arms coming across the stripe now to make it 13 to go that time by. Does Randy, man, and that is the big question, does Randy have enough of fuel? Lugnut TV, over the top designs. I said over the top, but I didn't say designs. So over the top designs, I think that is you, if I'm not mistaken, John. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson is done after this year. He will be officially retiring after this year. Now, that's what he says now, and I've heard that many times before. I grew up watching sports, and I don't mean to bring sports up into loose lug nuts here. But I've seen somebody say they're going to retire at the beginning of a season, and then when it comes to the end of the season, I'm not going to retire. I'm going to come back. I've seen that in my 33 years before as well. So, you know, if Jimmy is done, congratulations on his career in NASCAR. If he's not done, well, guess what? We'll see you the next year. I'm just going to keep it real. Well, Randy Arms, though, he's on rails. He is just out there. Mitchell Reeves in third. Cal Chadwick fourth. Zach Dirk McSwain doing a little battle here. It looks like with the 68, is that? Brandon Thornhill. Yeah, that is Brandon Thornhill. That is not for position. But Zach is going to get around him. As we are at that 10 to go here. 10 laps will remain here tonight. As Randy comes up on the 12 there of Trent Drum. Make it 9 to go. Jefferson in chat. David Myers, another one of our moderators here at MaxSpeedTV, in the chat as well. Glad to have you, David. Glad to have you, Jefferson. Been green flag here tonight. 9 laps remain. We only have 17 drivers, but hey, nonetheless, I mean, the way what these guys had to deal with here at Milwaukee, and I was concerned about these drivers coming out of 2 and 4 especially, and I'm sure John out there watching was too. You know, these guys losing it, and, you know, caution, you know, after caution, you know, because of this new tire model, but they have been doing a very good job of keeping it out of the wall, keeping it straight, and giving everybody the room that they need. Yeah, we're looking at it. We only have 6 drivers on the lead lap here, but everybody except for Jared Daniels is out there on the track. So we still have 16 drivers out there on the track here as we hit that 7 to go here tonight. It's been a good race, a green flag race, but I mean, Randy Arms, man, what can you say about that number 83? He has just came in and just yet again proved that he is going to play a factor into the chase and the way things line up. And you know, tonight he's doing that again. Now, Rob Haynes currently running in second, is second in the point standings in the chase. So, Rob Haynes right now looking pretty good to make it into the next round. Mitchell Reeves not in the chase, but currently running in third. So, you know, 2 out of the 3 up here in the top 3 as it sits right now. Non-chase driver, so definitely going to play a huge factor in updating the points. I believe John does those points. I don't know who is going to be in and who is going to be out, so we will get to that next week at Hotlanta, round number 3 of the chase. So it'll be round 16 altogether. So we'll of course have all that information at Hotlanta next week. But 4 laps to go here, and all Randy's got to do is just keep it straight and not worry about anybody around him, as he does get around the 3 of Mark Jackson to put him another lap down. That's going to be 3 laps down for that 3, and we can see the 3 there as they get that 3 to go here. The 3 of Mark Jackson getting a little squirrely out of 4. That is just the product of the tires. I mean, even a 17-lap stint run there for Mark Jackson, he is still, you know, they're really starting to fall off, and he's having some issues. But Mark Jackson in the 3 is a very good driver, and he is doing an awesome job at keeping that number 3 on all fours, you know, and straight. So, man, now we're at the 2 to go. 1 more lap, and we will be in the white flag here. So Randy Arms just has to make it back to the white flag here, and it'll be, it'll be just a race finish to there. Randy Arms gonna go to the inside. He's looking to the inside of the 90 of Jeffrey Mert, or the 60 of Jeffrey Mert. But Randy Arms gonna come to the line here, and 1 to go here tonight. The Loose Lug Nut Scoops Ice Cream Shop Xfinity Series, round number 2 here in the chase. Round 15 overall. 2 more turns for Randy Arms here. There are no more cautions, but whatever happens, happens. But Randy Arms coming out of 4. What is Randy gonna do? Randy Arms here tonight, folks. Gonna play upset here at the Milwaukee Mile and grab the win here for the chase here. The Loose Lug Nuts Ice Cream Shop Xfinity Series. And Rob Haynes going to finish in second. And it looks like Mitchell Reeves in third. All righty, folks. Well, give me just a few minutes to get the top 3 down here for the MaxSpeedTV post-race show. Talk to these drivers, get their intake on going into the next race. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back here. I have caught up with the top three here. We are, of course, going to start here with our third place finisher here tonight. Now, he is a non-chase driver, and that's what makes it interesting is, you know, two of the three that finished here, 1, 2, 3, are non-chase drivers. Mitchell Reeves, you being one of them, buddy. I know you got a copy because we were just down there talking. So, and that Race Gear 02, yeah, you know, it was fast out here tonight. You even led a lot of laps here tonight, but, you know, it just wasn't enough laps there for you to catch up to, you know, Rob and Randy. I mean, everybody was such spread out there here at Milwaukee, man. But green flag all the way, buddy. No cautions here tonight. One really pit stop for the most part. Man, talk about the racing. And, you know, of course, I'm not a driver. You are. We want to hear it from you.
Yeah, it was an awesome race, Josh. You know, there was two ways you could have gone of it. You know, this really turned into a pretty big strategy race here at the end. You know, there was people that were staying in fourth gear through the whole race, and then there was people that were going back and forth and downshifting into third, which is what I did. And you know, Randy's really, really quick here, and we were able to kind of maintain with him, but the difference in what me and him were doing was he was staying in fourth gear as I was downshifting. As most people know, more RPM means you're burning more gas. So, you know, him and Rob were able to make it on one pit stop where I had to pit again. And then to top that off, I only took 1.7 gallons, which still wasn't enough. Oh. So then I had to clutch it for like 10 more laps at the end. But regardless, to bring it home third, and, you know, after a kind of a brain fart, definitely pretty excited about it. So.
Well, how does it feel being one of the two that's not in the chase, you know, playing upset to those chase drivers who, you know, are, you know, trying to fight their way in? I mean, I've said it tonight on the broadcast, you know, it is encouraged for everybody to still race, even though you're not in the chase, because you could make the difference. And of course, you know, we see it tonight with, you know, two of the three not in the chase. Definitely going to be a shakeup in the points. So, you know, what does that mean to you that you are one of the or one of the drivers playing upset?
Oh, it's a blast. I love playing wild card. And, you know, Randy Arms, matter of fact, is doing the same thing. He's actually got a kid coming on the way. So he took his name out of the points for all three of them. So he's just kind of running every single one. And unfortunately for me, I had to bow out of the Saturday series, as you know, from a previous broadcast, and then I didn't make it on Sunday due to some internet and missing a few races. So, you know, really Thursday's the only one we're really in it for points, but, you know, as we're going to probably be here for hopefully every week till the end. And, you know, if we can play wild card and be that X factor to some people, that'll make it a lot more fun. That's what we plan on doing.
Well, Mitchell, man, it is the Milwaukee Mile. It is flat. For the most part. It was a handful out there here tonight. Real quick, before we let you go, you know, how was the corners? I know coming out of the corners, you know, people were concerned. I know I was concerned. Was it slick?
To be honest with you, man, before Thursday in the trucks, I wanted to burn this place to the ground and pee on the ashes. And the last two races, man, have been very, very fun. It's a totally different way of driving. The best way I can describe it to people is it's like at Watkins Glen, when you stop, you have a right-hander where you got to feather the throttle and kind of just maneuver it. That's the same way here, except you're turning left. And it makes it interesting. You know, there's a totally different driving style to this place. And when we go to Atlanta and Homestead in Michigan to cap off the year, you're going to see the normal guys and the normal, you know, racing that we always love and see. So this was definitely kind of something different. I know a lot of people hated this place, but I'm glad I was one of the ones that liked it.
Well, I have only broadcasted the Milwaukee Mile about 3 times since I've been broadcasting, and I've only raced it once. So I don't know much about the Milwaukee Mile. So it was a little, you know, it was a little new to me too. So, but it's unique, you know, it's one of those unique tracks you don't see very often. So kind of to throw a mixture in there. Well, before we let you go, buddy, Hotlanta coming up, you know, one of the 2 races. You got Atlanta and Homestead, and then 4 more drivers are going to be eliminated. But talk about Hotlanta coming up on the 15th here. Man, that is going to be an interesting race too.
Oh yeah, and I've heard some in through the rumor mill that the Xfinity is kind of a handful there. So it'll be interesting how that plays out. Obviously, what conditions we run under is going to be the main determining factor as we move into that next week. But until then, we're just going to load this thing up and keep being a wild card for the rest of the year.
All right, Mitchell. Well, buddy, thought shot at you want to give before you go celebrate your third place here tonight.
Yeah, racegear.com. They're a sponsor on all three of my cars from on this beautiful paint scheme made by John Hedrick with over the top paints and designs. Huge shout out to him for everything he does with this league with loose lug nuts. A huge shout out to everybody that raced tonight. To go flag to flag at one of these kind of tracks is something pretty spectacular, and I hope everybody's really proud of themselves for doing that. Shout out to Randy for winning. He's been bad fast here as he has all year. And last and certainly never least is my girlfriend for allowing me to do all this stuff when we're drag racing during the middle of the year and off season. I tell her, oh yeah, we're gonna go do this, and this, and here I am racing more. So huge shout out to her, and I love her so much, man.
All right, Mitchell. We'll go celebrate the third here tonight. Get ready for Hotlanta, buddy.
All right, thanks, Joshua.
All right. Well, that is going to bring us here to our second place finisher here tonight. And I didn't get to interview him this week. That gummit.
How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing all right. All right, Rob. Well, the 199 Beer Store, man, coming in second, but second in points. It is the Milwaukee Mile. You were just, you are a chase driver. You are gonna definitely be going into the next round. What was it like out there at the Milwaukee Mile? What did you have to do to? I wouldn't say survive here because it went green. It went green flag to checkered. I mean, awesome racing by everybody. But now that we're over the race, what was your strategy out there?
Well, it changed, kind of adapted through the race, Josh. Early on, I was pedal to the metal and passing guys trying to get to where I needed to be, and I wasn't really thinking about a pit stop. And then I started talking with my teammate Justin there, and decided to see if I could stretch it out. Started lifting a bit in the second half of the first run there, and saving fuel. Made it to the end of lap 60. I think I was the
Yeah,
only guy to
yeah.
do that. So after that, it was I saved a little bit on the start of the second run, and then hammered down. Once I seen Mr. Mitchell Reeves coming in, my relative there, I started to put the hammer down. I ended up with about 2 laps extra there at the end of the race.
So did y'all change gears any, or was it more of a clutching here tonight?
I wasn't changing gears, Josh, but I'm pretty sure Randy was. Watching a couple guys in practice, I know there was quite a few guys shifting gears. I didn't find it beneficial at all. Threw the car kind of sit a little bit sideways, so you're always wearing out the tires a little bit and pushing yourself to the edge. And I don't know, fourth gear going around there seemed to work fine for me.
All right, so just keeping those RPMs up was key without having to shift.
Yeah, I think so. Get corner entry, I think, is important here, especially in one. It's very misleading in one. There's kind of a double apron there, and it really messes you up. Your eyes looking at the first one, and then you're on the gas, and then all of a sudden the second apron's coming up, and you still got half the turn to go. So it's a little bit misleading, but yeah, work this number 199 machine up here, and I'm glad to come away here. I was dreading Milwaukee a bit.
Well, hey, I've heard it before, Rob. I hate that track, and then somebody come out and win it. That says
Yeah.
it. You've said it many times, and then you end up winning the dang thing. So
And it happens. It happens.
well, you're going to be, locked in for the next round here, buddy, at Hotlanta. Atlanta Motor Speedway. We call it Hotlanta because it's usually always hot there. You know that it is an awesome track. It is unique in its own way. So talk about going into the next round at Hotlanta, and what's your mindset going into this round with 2 races before the next 4 are eliminated.
Yeah, I think safe racing is key. Getting through the race with as minimal incidents as possible is going to be key going forward to make sure you advance to the next round. Atlanta, fast, slick, like you said, Josh. got to keep your eyes open and your hands on the wheel at that place. There's going to be a tough competition and lots of drafting and multiple grooves, and I think we'll see a great race there.
Well, I'm going to pick on you here a minute. I see a MaxSpeedTV there emblem there on your car, buddy.
Oh yeah, 10-4. I love the MaxSpeedTV like everybody else.
All right, bud. Well, hey, congratulations, Sega, here tonight, man. Thought shout out you want to give before you go celebrate and get ready for Atlanta.
Yeah, of course. The league, loose lug nuts, the admins, great job on their part. Every race I come to, they're always on top of things. Scoops Old Fashioned Ice Cream for the sponsorship of the series and the season. That's fantastic with them on board and keeping everybody cooled off with some ice cream. MaxSpeed TV, Josh, I know you got a great fan base there, and it's growing, and we love everybody who's watching, and hope everybody enjoyed the race tonight. Over the top paints and designs, John Hedrick, Bandit Motorsports, and again, congrats out to Randy. A great call there on the one pit stop, and I don't know how he was able to get so far ahead of me there, but man, I'll learn something for next time.
Well, hey, it's always save the replay and go back and look, right?
That's right. Hey, I always go back and watch the broadcast, buddy.
All right, Rob. Well, hey, man, congratulations again, second here tonight, buddy. You was talking about MaxSpeedTV there. It's not just me; it's everybody here at MaxSpeedTV.
It is. I understand that, man.
Yeah, teamwork, man. You know all about it, buddy.
I watch you guys through the week. I know you're covering lots of different racing through the week, and I'm on top of quite a bit of it, and learning what guys are doing, where guys are going, what tracks they're at, and watching and learning.
Yes, sir. All right, buddy. We will see you here at Loose next week at Hotlanta, bud. Go celebrate.
Appreciate it, Josh. Thanks.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, that is going to bring us here to our winner here tonight. And yet again, playing upset as always. Man, Randy Arms, buddy. That number 83. I don't know what you did out there tonight, bud, but playing upset again and just proving why you should be in this chase here. Awesome job. Talk about your racing from green to checkered, your pit stops, your strategy. Since we're done with Milwaukee, you can just lay it out for everybody, buddy.
Well, let's see. Started on the outside pole, and I just rode behind Mitch there for a while, and I just let him. I guess he used up his tires a little more than I did, and I got the lead. And I looked. I was like, man, we're gonna be extremely close on fuel. So I was like, I'm just going to back her down just a bit. I was like, I think we might be able to make this a one stop, and and then we should be able to win it that way. And I was actually trying to downshift in the corners, and once I realized that we were real close on fuel, I stopped, and I think I was actually faster without doing that. And I mean, I ran it completely dry. Like, I was completely out of gas when I rolled in my box when I pitted.
Oh,
and,
man.
like, it was that close. And then I ran out on the cool down lap like after the race, so it was close. But yeah, the car drove real good. I don't remember really the last time I had raced here until this week, but for some reason, I've just kind of picked it up real quick, and we've been fast both Thursday night and tonight, and we're able to bring home the wins.
Well, and Randy, that's what you have to do, buddy. You got to race your race. You may not have raced at the track many times, and not just necessarily the Milwaukee Mile, but a lot of the other tracks that are out there that hardly are that is hardly used. I'll get it out in a minute. you learn as you race. It's called that seat time. And of course,
Yep.
the more seat time you get, the better off you are on each track. A lot of times, it just takes that one time. You figure it out, like in tonight, 120 laps. Some drivers can get it figured out within the first, 50 laps. Some may never get it figured out. It looks like you got this track figured out pretty quickly here tonight, Randy. So, that Posky's 83 machine out there, wicked fast. Yet again, playing upset. You are one of those drivers that is not in the chase, but you are going to make a dent in those point standings, of course, going into the next round. But, what was the getting on pit road like? Because we see it there. It's very tricky. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's probably one of the weirdest pit roads we've had all year. Because if you try to hit it real fast and you miss that, and if you miss the line out like out on the track, you'll get an unsafe entrance and everything. And then the pit road speed, it starts like right when you get to the cones. Just and of course, when I came down pit road, I was pretty much out of fuel, so I wasn't really going too fast. But I know I tried to put in practice one time, and if you tried to get in there too hot, you would lock up the brakes and slide everywhere. It's just it it's just weird. It's just I don't know.
It's tricky.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's just odd, just the way it is. That's for sure.
All right, Randy. Well, I'm sure we're going to see you next week. So, talk about Atlanta for the next round. Hot Atlanta. It is a unique track in itself, and it uses tires. We know that. So, what's it going to take next week to get that 83 back up there and play a potential spoiler yet again?
You know, that track's extremely slick. You can't hardly get on the gas in the corners, and it's just it's tough. I like Atlanta. I think we 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 have a good shot at uh, putting the car in victory lane again. Just gotta um, keep the tires under it because, like you said, it will eat them up uh, real quick. So just have to be easy on the gas like we were tonight, and just try to keep the car out of trouble. And I think we'll be there in the end.
All right, bud. Well, we're not going to keep you much longer, buddy. I am going to let you give your thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give to any sponsors out there before you go celebrate your race victory here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah, I just want to thank Octane Race Products. Let's see, Posky's Performance Parts. I want to thank Pit Pass by Katie. I think the Wounded Warriors on the car. Then just want to thank the league for putting on these races and all the admins for all the hard work they put in. I know it's not easy trying to run a league, so they all do a great job, and I want to thank you for putting on the broadcast each week. You do a great job.
I appreciate it, Randy, man. We'll go celebrate the victory here tonight, buddy, and get ready for Hotlanta, bud.
All righty, buddy. Thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, that is going to be Randy Arms are a winner here tonight. Let's get down here to the unofficial results. Any admin stuff that they have to do. Randy Arms is going to grab the win here tonight. Rob Haynes in second. Mitchell Reeves third. Kyle Chadwick fourth. Zach McSwain fifth. Justin Michael in sixth. Jason Lance seventh. Ronald Klein eighth. Brandon Murray ninth. And Brandon Thornhill in 10th. Jeffrey Merck in 11th. Judd Danielson 12th. Mark Jackson 13th. Ray Richer 14th. Trent Drum 15th, Josh R. Scott 16th, and rounding out the field here tonight is going to be Jared Daniels. Well, what a run out there here tonight. I don't know if we have those top 8. I am going to message one of the admins here real quick as we still are live on MaxSpeedTV. So I do want to see if we've got those. If we don't, then we will just check on it next week. If we do, we'll see here if we can get one of the admins up here and kind of talk about the top 8 real quick. So give me just a few moments before we get going. I do. Wow. I want to, wow, I was drugged down there live. Wow. All right, well, let's go ahead and see if we can get Ronald Klein up here. Ronald, I can't look at it, buddy. We still are live here on MaxSpeedTV. So I want to see if you've got that top 8 and if you can go down through those here real quick.
Yes, sir. Rob Haynes is the number 1 spot. Justin Michael. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I just changed my computer. Give me 2 seconds.
All right, well, I should have let Ronald know before then. We just have a good time, Ronald. That's all we do.
Copy that. Just 1 second.
Alrighty, well, give him just a second here as he goes through the top 8 and gets it back up.
All right, here we go. Rob Haynes is now your current leader with 2143 points. Justin Michael falls a spot. He is now in second at 2141. Chadwick moves up 3 spots to third at 2138. Jason Lance falls a spot. He's at 2137. Brandon Thornhill drops 2 and is at 2134. Jeffrey Merck is moved up 1 spot and he is at 2119. So the big points jump differential there. So 15 point difference. Then we've got Brandon Murray, who did make his way in at 2118. And Judd Danielson was your final qualifier with points of 2117.
All right.
Eliminated from the chase will be Trent Drum, Mark Jackson, Daniel Smallwood, and Jeremy Crandell.
Oh, man, what a tough break for the drivers. Eliminated Ronald. Well, I know you're down there. You're pretty busy out here tonight. I should have told you I was going to put you up at the end. Yeah, my fault.
Not a problem.
All right, bud. Well, thank you for going down through the top 8 for next week, man. And we will see you next week, hopefully, at Atlanta.
Will do. Appreciate it.
All right, bud. All right, well, that is going to do it here for MaxSpeedTV and the Loose Lug Nut Scoops Ice Cream Shop Xfinity Series. Round number 14 here or round 15, excuse me. Chase race 2 at the Milwaukee Mile. Randy Arms, our winner here tonight. And you have heard it from Ronald Klein of the top 8 into next week, folks. So you don't want to miss it. And everybody out there, a part of Loose Lug Nuts, that race in the Xfinity Series, it is encouraged to race. I am a Joshua D.W. Medlock here, and get out here and race it up with these guys, because you could be one of those one of those drivers that is playing upset out here as well. But until next time, folks, fans, glad to have you. Let's stay safe and have a good night.